Добрый день, уважаемые.
Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues and guests of our event. I suggest to stay for 3 minutes and wait a bit just because you know the situation and the traffic on the roads today unexpectedly. And we'll start in 3 minutes.
Давайте, наверное, начнем.
So maybe we can start. Distinguished colleagues and guests of the event, we are grateful to welcome you on the session which is dedicated to the economic ties between Kazakhstan and Russia. Kazakhstan has quite the same mentality, traditions, and customs, so these close connected ties make our friendship even better. We have what to share and what to be proud of. There were lots of delegations from Kazakhstan, for example, on Sabantuy during the Uralia Forum, and also the Bashkir delegation took part in Inaprom. So we conduct talks, also share our experiences, and at the same time prepare projects. But still, we have some questions we need to find solutions for. This is the agenda of our today's session. I'd like to give the floor to Anton Vladimirovich Loginov, the trade representative of the Russian Federation in the Republic of Kazakhstan. Good morning. Can you see me? Just because I can see myself, so you can see me from both sides. Distinguished colleagues, I'm grateful to welcome you all from Astana on my interview, which was before the visit to Kazakhstan. Vladimir Putin talked about the interborder connections and relations of Kazakhstan are essential for our mutual relation, as we have one ground border and 21 regions, 12 on behalf of Russia and 8 on behalf of Kazakhstan, provide us the opportunity to have the bigger demand and the inter-influence. So all in all, we have 25% from overall sales exchange. In 27 Russian regions, we have 62 agreements signed with 16 regions of Kazakhstan. As a positive practice, I could say that they even have the roadmap attached to most of the agreements that we have, which has step-by-step plan. For example, not long ago, we have signed the map for the forthcoming 2 years. So we have the interaction for the future. One of the main directions where we work and we conduct our talks is the support for experts, support for business in implementation day initiatives. I must not note that we have an increase for 30% in the applications from businesses. More than 30 stands of Russian regions were presented at exhibitions in Kazakhstan. 15 leaders of Russian entities visited Kazakhstan. Some of them even headed the business missions and business delegations of their region. They have discussed the questions of trade and implementation, mutual implementation of investment projects. Some of them are put into operation already. So this year, we also conducted the partnership, and the next anniversary event would take place in Ufa the next year. So what are the directions for cooperation? First of all, is industrial cooperation, because the joint business is always finding its way. As for small and medium-sized businesses, the support of regions are essential for them. Logistics. We have the route to Kazakhstan also, and of course we need the infrastructures and also logistics centers on both sides. Third, trade. If logistics increases, so the trade increases too. We have a lot of people who are close to each other in mentality. We also see how the marketplaces are widening, for example, ozone, wild berries, and so on. The fourth part is just green coverage, the forestry. We have similar types of trees and also similar climatic conditions. 5, inter-regional contacts in different fields like leisure, sports, and so on. And 6 is the exchange of the best practices, which we need from both sides. Thank you very much. I wish you good luck to find necessary contacts and spend your time profitably. Thank you very much for your support and great results on your partnership. Today we also have representatives from the authorities. For example, we would like to give the floor to Valery Galiev, the Deputy Minister of Industry, Energy and Innovations of the Republic of Bashkortostan. So, Mr. Galiev, could you please present which projects are already put into operation on the territory of Bashkortostan? Good morning, distinguished friends. First of all, I want to notify that we are glad that the Republic, as I am here on behalf of the government of the Republic, we are grateful for the fact that you came here to Ufa, the Republic of Bashkortostan. As our distinguished moderator announced, the Republic of Bashkortostan and the Republic of Kazakhstan are very similar because we have similar traditions, customs, and cuisine. I want to underline that we have a lot of similar things. So it's a great opportunity for us to develop the relations in different directions. For example, culture, sports, industry, economy. As I represent the Ministry of Industry of the Republic of Bashkortostan, I want to notify, first of all, such projects and companies which are actively communicating and cooperating with the Republic of Kazakhstan, which have built up or launched different enterprises and manufacturers, maybe even their branches or service centers. But first of all, I would like to underline the benchmark of Bashkir industry is Bashkir Soda Company, which since 2017, or maybe even earlier, if we take the process of discussion, implements a project on the territory of Kazakhstan. They have launched a joint company, so to say. It's BSK Kazakhstan. The main directions and fields
производство продуктов.
Manufacturing of products like oxychloride of zircons.
Компаниям.
So those directions in chemistry that the company implements step by step on the territory of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
На текущий момент
Currently, we have these projects. Apart from that, I also want to stress that the company BSK is also cooperating with several companies on the territory of Kazakhstan, and the main products that is sent or that is delivered to Kazakhstan is soda, sodium. If we take, for example, the year 2022, they have shipped goods for 4 billion rubles. I cannot say exactly, but we have such regulations. Another direction is the machinery industry. Right now, we have the company like Ural Spring Factory. At least 1 year ago, they have put into operation some of the another plant, so there could be different types of springs. There can be elastic wires, coils, and reeds. So all of them which are needed in machinery. On the territory of Kastanai, they implement an investment project within the amount of $5 million. They plan to launch it in the first half of the next year. Is the enterprise on manufacturing the modern springs and hinges. Now they also have the plan to work on shock absorbers, and we plan to broaden the business which is already working in the territory of Kazakhstan. In the sphere of machinery, I also would like to notify one of the companies which would like to enter the market. It's one of the plants from Ufa. It's a compressor facility. It's one of the biggest companies which produce different types of compressors. For example, car, also stable, which are used
процессов.
In different technological processes, for example, processing of oil and gas, like air compressors. So those direction where our UFA compressor plant is working on is the manufacturing of compressors for
С газом сейчас это одно из направлений.
Petrol stations. Right now, a lot of people would like to switch to gas, and each year in the Republic, more than 15 gas stations occur. And around Russian Federation, we also see how this trend is becoming more popular. For example, social transport, buses also switch to the usage of natural gas instead of petrol. That's why our company, UFA Compressors Plant, is actively working, and we put all our efforts for its prosperity. And we hope that the partnership with such oil and gas companies like Kazmunaygas, Gaztransgas
И
would be profitable, and will find some mutual points
еще бы
for partnership. I also would like to talk further about the medicine industry in the Republic of Bashkortostan, because our republic has the potential in manufacturing equipment, medical equipment, different facilities for medical use. Also, one of the benchmark companies here in the Republic, which is included into the group of companies MEGI. It's the net of medical centers, so you can have their analysis, consultancy. It's some kind of payable medicine treatment. Within the holding, they have one of the manufacturing plants. It's the place where they manufacture a wide range of medical furniture and different supplementary goods for medical issues. Everything which is connected with medical centers, for example, surgery tables, special panels, which are launched behind the patients. I know that even in the Russian Federation, it's unique just because there is no other plant like that in Russia. Nowadays, they have launched their manufacturing. The company is ZTM.
компания ЗТМ, они
So the company ZTM nowadays is actively constructing. And the next year, another company would be launched. So the manufacturing process would be launched. The personnel would consist of 50 people, and the volume of investments would be more than 50 million rubles. I also would like to highlight the cooperation with Astra company, which produce the analyzers of blood and urine, or which is together with Ordamed from Kazakhstan. Invest into the Republic, and they also put into operation the line on production of special equipment for analysis, because it's impossible to conduct the blood analysis without the help of test tubes. It's one of the popular goods which are produced there, for example, core test. Also, on the territory of the Republic of Bashkortostan, we have one of the biggest companies on glass production, for example, Salavat Stiklo. There are several such plants on the territory of Russia, so they could be even flat glass, curved glass. Within 1 year, last year, they have the overturn of 1.5 billion rubles. They also have partnership with Stiklamir, Stikla Center from Kazakhstan.
Сотрудничество
Undoubtedly, I also need to notify that Bashkortostan and Kazakhstan has the opportunity and also natural resources like zinc and copper. It's several places in Kazakhstan and also the companies which are interested in different metals. Here in the Republic of Bashkortostan, we have 2 plants in Uchali and Sibay, and also Bashmet. Nowadays, we'll also have the Russian corporate company, which is already working, one of the biggest companies in the field of copper mining. On behalf of Kazakhstan, one of the companies right now,
что идет переговорный.
I could say they conduct talks. So we wouldn't look that forward. I hope that everything would be great. So the next year, we'll have the full understanding that on the territory of Sibay city, it's our sub-Ural capital. We'll start the production together with Kazakhstan because they plan to create not less than 250, 300 workplaces, job opportunities. Of course, I cannot look that far into the future, but we are looking forward to implementation of this product. It also the city of miners. If we are talking about Sibay, it's a city of miners. So they have a lot of competences. They're quite skillful personnel. One of the enterprises is working there for 100 years. If I'm not mistaken, it was launched in 1911. What else I wanted to add? In the sphere of infrastructure and transportation, I also want to notify the mining company Bashkorper, which implements the investment project right now. So it is located in Haibula region. It's 30 kilometers of the territory of Orenburg region, and then you see the Western Kazakhstan region. So these regions consist of steppes with lots of natural resources. And on the territory of that plant, they implement 2 large-scale investment projects. It's working on sections, Podolsky sections. They have a big amount of copper, several tons, because in dozens of years the plant is put into operation. And now they are constructing the underground mine groove. And in order to implement this project successfully, Bosch Corporate Company, together with the holding,
Уже, можно сказать,
are already on the stage of projecting,
строительство железных
and it is planned to open the railroad there. So, Republic of Bashkortostan, on behalf of the government are planning to give the enter to the and creation of a new station which would be close to Kazakhstan. The project is very ambitious, so it has lots of expenditures, and of course, it's quite a large-scale project. And I hope that everything would be speak in span, because all the parties which are interested in this project are actively participating. What else I wanted to add, just because we have our minutes, I think that I'd like to speak about the state support for those companies which are planning to enter the Republic and start the partnership with our enterprises. Either it's a cooperation or maybe some investments to the Republic of Bashkortostan. So investors are actively interested, and they have all the conditions provided by the head of our republic. We have the investment hour, which is conducted each week by Radi Khabirov, and they are discussing the crucial points connected to the investment industry. So they have created the preferable conditions for investors and also developed the regulations in this field. We also have the Fund of Industry Development. We actively interact with them in different investment projects. They also provide some subsidiaries and lending at a lower rate for those who are interested in this industry. And also in the sphere of innovations, we have different regulation documents on granting the subsidies in different spheres like forestry, light industry. At least 1 year ago, we have launched the support for enterprises which manufacture the technical means of rehabilitation. It is closer to medical sphere. Also, we work in the sphere of local arts and crafts. So I think it's not the end, of course, taking into consideration the budget which we have. We'll choose those fields where we can give some investments to. So those enterprises which are registered on the territory of Bashkortostan, they implement the investment projects. They can reach some subsidies in order to cover up the expenditures for some equipment that they have, but not more than the regulated amount. They also have some expenditures on raw materials and just materials, for example, forestry industry, light industry, technical means of rehabilitation. We have no changes in this, in granting subsidies in these industries. What else I must add? I have already mentioned the legislation for investors. They also receive the opportunity to get the discount on the taxes for their housing if they reach the top priority status of the implementation of project. Of course, it's individual work, and it's all about the terms of implementation. Usually, this discount is provided for 2 years. We also make decisions during the investment hour, which is conducted by Radi Khabirov each week. And on the basis of the decisions made during it, we prepare the documentation. I also need to mention that on the territory of the Republic of Bashkortostan, there are 12 industrial and 19 technoparks. They are also good opportunities for investors because they have prepared infrastructure. All the communications are already put into operation, so full conditions are created on the space of the area for energy, gas, so it's all working in accordance with the idea, the enterprise and company which is planning to work on the territory of this park. Another achievement is that fact that industrial parks are at least fully packed. We haven't got that much space already, but the process of expanding these territories is already made because we built up new pavilions, we built up new objects. It's a great opportunity for our investors, partners, and friends from Kazakhstan to participate and work on the territory of the Republic of Bashkortostan. To sum up, I want to thank once again you all for the visit, for our partnership and collaboration. I hope that all our future plans will come true. Also those which were notified by me or maybe new perspective projects. I think that now all the conditions are created, so we need to use them. Thank you very much. I have talked for that long. Thank you, Valery Albertovich. We are so glad to have such results. We want only to wish you good luck in other cooperation fields.
Today we're having a very distinguished representatives from Kazakhstan. I would like to mention that the Republic of Bashkortostan participated in the event, in the forum in Kazakhstan, and we would like to thank the forum and organizations in Kazakhstan that welcomed our delegations. So next year, where we are holding this event. That's why you're all welcome to come here and visit the event. So we have a very tight cooperation together with the Western Kazakhstan. And today, please welcome Mr. Saktaganov, the first deputy Akim of East Kazakhstan region. Hello, my dear friends and colleagues, and the possibility to participate in the event. And I hope that we are going to have very efficient and effective work. Today, this forum represents the cooperation between and sharing between the businessmen and the leaders of the companies. So year by year, we have more actual questions and problems between our colleagues. So our region has 773 kilometers of the border together with Russia. We have 652 companies, which include Russian budgets. So we have all the conditions to become a good bridge and between Russian Federation, good hub. So the distance between our region and the first trade house is 569 kilometers. So we're considering to put a good transportation between western part and Russian part. So the agriculture, tourism industry, different types of industry are getting more popular in our region. So we have a very developing company that manufactures copper, zinc, and iron. So we have 14% of the production of titanium. So the company exports the products to large airplane companies. We have the companies, the beryllium metal, and exporting to the Eastern European countries. This plant has a unique production of uranus manufacturing. So the main perspective of agriculture is resources of great water and lands. So 65% of the forests are located in our forests. We also have a good production of oil refining, oil plant refining. So the launch of new manufactories on plant oil refining increasing each year. In our region, we're finishing the trade warehouses under the new technologies. We have laboratories. So we're also launching the project on seed production for lecithin. And we're also producing original and hybrid seeds of sunflower, of oil seeds, and we are attracting very good attract investors. So if we continue working on this field, we're going to have a very good and mutual cooperation on seed production. So we are attracting new potential investors to launch their businesses on the Western Kazakhstan. My dear friends, on the Western Kazakhstan and Altaisky region are focused the beekeeping and animals and elks. So we have the production of bee, and the bee is honey, 75% is located in that area. So if we take into account the specific factors of making special and specified events, we have a good perspective in the sphere of tourism. So we have enlarged landscape areas that will attract people from different places to come. So we are ready to the mutual cooperation in industry, in tourism, and we have all the conditions that our future cooperation will be pretty dynamic and efficient. So I think that, first of all, I think we have many conditions, as I said, so the very similar cultures, we have borders together, and thank you very much for your attention. Let's have a look at the video and enjoy the Western Kazakhstan area.
Восточно-Казахстанская область сегодня Это динамично развивающийся регион и во всех сферах.
Eastern Kazakhstan is dynamically developing region which can react productively and effectively to all the new coming conditions. This region is one of the benchmarks of Kazakhstan just because right here all the unique enterprises are concentrated. For example, Berylli plant, which is here one of the 3 in the world. It has unique production there. And with the help of the partnership with China, they have implemented a new project which are needed for the fuel supplements. They also work on uranium, and also they have some social impact because such one pill can stand instead of 1 ton of coal. And it's also very essential for our neighboring partnership with China. Such plants as titanium and magnesium factory, gas, zinc, and others also are quite profitable for the economy of region. Also, they conduct mining for gold. The metallurgic opportunities of the region are representing the experience of many years. The forestry of Kazakhstan and forest fund is 3.8 million square meters. It helps and provides the forestry and forest industry of the region. 44% are represented by pine trees. The region is also represented by fishing industries. They have unique breeds of fish, and also they put into operation processing of fish. Of course, agriculture is also very popular in this region, and they have the production of high-quality goods connected with dairy products. For example, they applied the advanced technologies, and it's the first top 1 country on sunflower oil refining. They have already launched 2 factories and plan to put into operation 1 more. And also they have lots of crops which are popular on external markets, so popular for export. We talk about cattle breeding. Mostly the production is connected with dairy products, and they are one of the leaders in the world. So in several years, they have changed the directions. They also create new robotized farms. They produce the goods which are also sent for export for other regions. But traditionally, they produce unique goods from elk products. So it's already a brand, goods from the Eastern Kazakhstan. Here, of course, we should also notify the development of tourism in the area. First of all, recreational, medical, and other types of tourism. The guests of Kazakhstan can also try special treatment and search for new paths and routes in the park, see Beluga mountain, move through the old Austrian road, and also see Martian landscape, touch the history in the museum, open-air museum, and also in the ruins of Buddhist temple. There are nice variants for everyone who loves, for example, to lay on the beach, or they also conduct development on mountain skiing tourism and summer tourism too. Eastern Kazakhstan is a region where nowadays they have created one of the biggest medical clusters, which include unique medical centers which meet the requirements of all the world standards and have high-tech equipment. For example, surgery in Ust-Kamenogorsk also heart attack center in Altai. And apart from that, we also conduct the research of blood on the basis of microbiology, laboratory, and also cultivation of the cells. Each year, our doctors are overcoming the practice and the best educational centers. We also struggle against cancer and the problems of vascular systems.
В регионе хорошо
The region also develops the transporting system and they work on its modernization. For example, Ust-Kamenogorsk and Isan, they have the regular air routes, airlines, especially even abroad, which are conducted by domestic and foreign companies, Air Astana, SCAT, Kazakh Air, South Sky, and S7 Airlines. They also made the reconstruction of the flying line, and in the future, in 2024, we plan to finish up the reconstruction of one of the airports. In the regional center, they also use the e-ticketing and also online detecting of the traffic in the city. So digitalization of the region is actively developing. You can see that even centers on processing of medical data, for example, we also can find the e-maps and centers, regional centers of the district. It has also an integrated system of the land cadastre of the region. The Eastern Kazakhstan is the greatest platform for development of small and medium-sized businesses. So the entrepreneurs can not only put into operation their plans and projects, but also receive support. The region is a leader in state partnership and state support projects. They also have a lot of regional institutes on development. They have a great potential. It's investively attractive, and they're ready for the long-term partnership in all industries and fields.
Ну, Валерий Альбертович, я думаю,
Mr. Galiev, I think that in the near future we're going to plan the trip and visit your region.
у нас сегодня так
Today we have the first secretary of the ambassador of the Kazakhstan Republic, Mr. Alias Kairatovich. We're giving the floor. Hello, my dear friends. You know, I visited this forum for the second time, and so unfortunately I couldn't come last year, but I realized that this is a very productive platform. And when people say that we would like some investors to come to Republic of Bashkortostan, we are making this forum to attract investors. So then we come to this forum to take to our place. And you know, people are coming there, the investors are coming, businessmen are coming, and you know, I should be honest, we have a very big step forward in this sphere. And for them, it is very important to make appropriate conditions and comfort, banking accounts, payments, not to be delayed, so everything is organized. But here, we're facing with some troubles. And I always say, I always say that it's better for them to come to us because we have less troubles. But we're so glad to be here, and I'm sure that you have the enterprises and the companies who would like to come to our region, and I'm sure their cooperation will be perfect. So we should understand that we have the boarding, a very large, area of boarding between our countries. So I'm sure that we will have a very good and effective partnership. So for the business, we have to create a very related and proper conditions so that our cooperation will work. Thank you very much. So the floor is taken to the Semyon Mikhailovich. So can you please tell us about the forecasts between our relationships, and can you please tell us the details about the trade house of the Republic of Bashkortostan located in Kazakhstan? Thank you very much. Especially our guests from Astana region that you visited our forum and you're sharing your experience, and we're also taking some experience from you. So we all speak a lot about our cultures, about our sphere specifically, and the guests that are coming to Ufa, and they take the souvenirs as honey. So because our guests from Kazakhstan asked, what would you like to take? We suggested honey, but they also took their souvenirs as honey. So if we talk about the trade house, Bashkir Trade House, we founded in Kazakhstan the company, the trade house, which could be a very good bridge for businesses, for exporting goods, and making some fairs, forums, as we do. Today, we have special, within different reasons, we have some issues with the payments between the Republic of Kazakhstan and the Republic of Bashkortostan. We have some issues with the certification of goods, but still we have a one customs union, so the transportation of goods within these customs issues are working and developing. We have the companies and enterprises from UFAR that are doing and they're doing well and see some perspectives in Kazakhstan. So they will be able to do some analysis and find customers from Kazakhstan and even find the platform to for meetings. And we should say that our Bashkir Trade House in Kazakhstan is kind of something pretty serious, and we do not expect some fraud or something. So I'm really, really glad that we have this, connected ties and cooperation. And so we had our Bashkir Trade House visited a very serious and interesting fairs. And I should say that the enterprises, Kazakhstan enterprises, are really interested in some spheres in our republic and our businesses. So dealing with the machinery, with the agriculture, our Bashkir companies developed in these spheres a lot of interesting experience. So Bashkir Trade House, if we talk about Bashkir Trade House, we have investment institution here in Ufa, which is developing special liquids for grouses, for the machinery grouses and oiling. And there was agreed a first contract, and the first pack bench was sent just really recently, and we are expecting the delivering of this bench. We should say that the markets between our regions are really active, and we are doing everything to continue this cooperation. And our Bashkir land is very famous for oil, chemistry, agriculture, and it's really these spheres are really attractive in the areas of Kazakhstan. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Simen Mikhailovich. In our meeting, we are having the expert Kazakh company, regional director of Kazakhstan Export Insurance Company, Mr. Kaliyev Rinat. Dear colleagues, thank you very much. I should say that the forum is amazing. Kazakh Export nowadays is the only insurance company in Kazakhstan market that supports Kazakhstan exporters. And in the near future, we're expecting the legal act within our agency and a government that will have practice in Germany, China. What can be useful as Kazakh expert? We are giving insurance and economic insurance to the companies that can be from Russia, from the Republic of Bashkortostan. What we can do, we can help Russian customers to get the supplier from Kazakhstan and help with the issues of the payments. So then for the customers, these products will be more competitive. We have, when the enterprises are launching their companies, these risks can be really important, and that's why we're helping the companies that are beginning. But just for the business, if you're interested in the Kazakhstan goods, as I am the representative, I can notify if you're facing some representatives of trade houses from Kazakhstan. We have the residents of the insurance company, and we can basically make the insurance for the goods. So as we said, we are making all the conditions for the work, and sometimes there is some, we have some tools to help to make the production, and we are helping companies that are just starting and launching. We are making insurance, giving micro loans. This is just in short. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer. Can you please tell us, so today we heard about the development of Bashkir enterprises in the territory of Kazakhstan. Can this company rely on the insurance services? Yes, of course. We are making all the services, and we are giving the support just from the beginning, or if the company is already working, we can help to get the raw material, the production and everything. What contacts we can give? Well, I think Maria and the contacts are pretty available. Well, in September, the platform of Kazakh Expert, there was visited by Bashkir delegations, and we have already made contacts. So they also met with the Kazakh exporters, customers. Their distributor, one of the leading distributor, also is in touch with us. So the other company is also having a lot of offices, like the net of the goods spread in Republic of Bashkortostan.
Очень много встреч мы организовали.
We've made a lot of meetings on the platform of Kazakhstan. So the products, Bashkir products, are
И
clean and qualified, and the costs are pretty good. So after that meeting, that was very huge. We are supporting in many ways, and I'm just willing to tell you that we help and we support in many ways. Thank you very much. I think we can start some discussion. Maybe you have some questions to our guests. Maybe you have your experience that you would like to share or some suggestions to offer. So the micro is for you.
Одну минутку. Ага.
1 minute. Can you introduce yourself, please? Hello, I'm representing garden and the special garden. So we are planting the plants in for different places. So we had also experience to Astana region exporting our goods. So we are located not far from Kazakhstan, and we have a lot of guests from Kazakhstan, more and more people and delegations and companies who are interested in planting the cities. So I should say that we're much closer than Moscow, and we're enlarging our greenhouses. And so we have more than 600 kilometers from Kostanay. So and from Astana we have just a bit more than 1,000 kilometers. It's not so big. So year by year we're enlarging our production of goods. So I would like to just make sure, what are the plans of planting the cities? Do you have any possibilities to work directly with administration of cities? Because usually we work with the organizations, with the operators, with the landscape organizations that are actively participating in planting the cities. So decoration plants. So we usually use pine trees, and I know that I've heard that you have an exporter.
У нас и сосна, и ель.
We have decorative pines, and we are growing them for many years. Unfortunately, we cannot see another speaker. Cannot hear.
То есть вам лесовосстановление.
So you're interested in forest rehabilitation? Yes, I understand what are you talking about. So we can just, I can give you my contact, and after the meeting we can speak about on a specific question. So great, you have your future cooperation. So what are the perspectives in this sphere? Just I would like to know. Thank you. Do you have any questions? I see the representatives of Haibula region.
Перспектив, да,
What are the perspectives of planting areas? Actually, we've noticed the tendency that that business itself goes to the region. It's developing on a huge scale. So I recommend you to go there and to Kostanaysk region. So there are different policies of development in each region. So there are some issues that should be considered. So I recommend you to orient on a regional scale. So if you're interested in enlarging your business, you should go or attract some representatives in central Kazakhstan and maybe closer to western part. You should know these steeps, so you should go there directly and find out. Thank you very much. I see that we have a representative of Hybela region. My dear friends,
And colleagues, yesterday we have already notified our agenda, so we are ready to conduct the meeting with representatives of, for example, agricultural industry on the wheat production and sunflower production. And as it was mentioned before, in the sphere of industry, our region is very rich in different fields. That's why we would like to invite and talk to the suppliers just eye to eye and find the ways to cooperate. Thank you very much.
Добрый день,
Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Right now, I have heard about the interaction with Kazakhstan with the framework of mostly metallurgy, forestry, agriculture, so the ministries. But my name is Radim Mansurovich Galamov. I am the development director of the business and the plant Power Progress. So we are an automatized enterprise which is concentrated on the, first of all, Ministry of Defense orders, and also we are working for some civil issues now. I'd like to ask, are there any plans to interact with Kazakhstan and the territory of Kazakhstan in the framework of microelectronics? I haven't heard about this topic just because I know that here in Russia, when the framework of import changes on the 12th of May, Vladimir Putin, and in accordance to Vladimir Putin, we restore the microelectronics. Right now, they develop microchips on the territory of Russia. So our enterprise, first of all, has the direction like just networks, communication, and we enter the market with the equipment for the import substitution. So we change Dantage, other equipment. But mostly we work with such spheres as oil industry and gas industry. So we have another question. Are there any perspectives to enter the Kazakhstan market with our equipment, which we have, just because right now we test it in the Russian railroads in Moscow and also here in our oil processing and refining enterprises. We also work with such enterprises which are concentrated on the territory of Russia on the manufacturing of electronic systems.
Да, может, с территории и к вам тоже, да.
Maybe yes. Of course, maybe it's not fully, but as it was mentioned before, of course, we have regional needs that you are talking about. Of course, we have. Undoubtedly, we have. Yeah. So also, some of your colleagues are also present in Kazakhstan, and I claim you to come and open. And we would support you just because it's the customer-oriented product, and of course, you can even reach the regional support and you're talking about within the framework of the representatives. Do you talk about partnership or not?
Полную информацию можно
We
получить.
have the full information that you can find, and after that, of course, it's possible to enter the market. I would like to add some of the some words to the colleagues. As I understand, it's civil goods, but our progress is our defensive enterprise. So
Полагаю, что
I suppose that you also conduct the work on the level of Rostec, or maybe it was conducted. I believe, yes, that they continue this work. But if we're talking about the enterprise progress, I think it's the internal entering enterprise. Not long ago, 1 week ago, we had the exhibition, and we also invited the representative to see that. Would you join the meeting with the Minister of Industry of the Republic of Kazakhstan? Yes, I would. We have already discussed such direction, which was launched not long ago, the production of drones, unmanned aircraft. So we have the plan to create such drones for agricultural needs, Почта Russia, and of course, defensive measures. So we are conducting such work in Technopark. I think that we need to receive some suggestions to our address, so which ready-made goods can participate in the partnership. We need to create a roadmap, just because we already have some of them which are operating now. And of course, I must note that in September we had INAPROM exhibition. Have you participated there? Or maybe your colleagues? In September, no. Yes, I was in Astana, and I also was in Astana in August for the first time. So they were B2B talks. So we had the mass sending of messages, mass advertising for most of the enterprises. No difference if you need it or not, but they mostly yelled that we do that. So I think that this negative reaction, and you could have been excluded from this emailing. So I saw how many talks and agreements were conducted there. So it was one of the opportunities for the visits to the Republic of Bashkortostan. I hope that we'll find some joint points, the points for agreement in the future. And our colleagues from Kazakhstan and our partners should also make their own decision about the current stage where it can be useful and fruitful for them. Of course, to know how to sell, it's also a skill and art. Sometimes we have such moments, and guys that come to some presentation, they just say like, we manufacture this, this, and this, and they give some papers. You look through this paper, but you cannot understand the thing. Of course, you need to make something like a video or maybe a presentation. I wouldn't share my advice here within the framework of this presentation and section. So if you want to enter the market, you need to make your presentation well, just because it's 20% of your success. What you sell, where it can be useful, and of course, intelligence. Of course, yeah, talking like intelligence, but not officially. So the market where you are useful, for example, your marketing service or analytical service should look it through, and after that we can direct following letter. For example, distinguished colleagues, you have this of these notions which you can use. Of course, we are open for the dialogue So Ministry of Industry of the Republic of Bashkortostan, you can find our contacts. Just because we have the contacts with the Republic of Kazakhstan, of course, we have your data, and after a while, we will also, I think, discuss all of it just because we're interested in drones, especially for the agricultural purposes and the personnel and how do you train the personnel. I think after the session, we'll have an opportunity to discuss. I also want to give some commentaries, for example, about the specifics of our enterprises. The products of our holding are very popular in Kazakhstan. We have cost engineering here. It's something like our Rostec. We have the same field or maybe similar field. We also stay in contact with them, and we have some of the mutual projects, bilateral projects, so we can also invite them to join. Can you please share the contacts in order to broaden our cooperation? Can you hear Astana right now, or it's impossible already?
Отлично. Вижу.
Nice, I see you all. For the previous question, I want to give some commentaries. I'd like you to. There are some of the solutions, and I'd like you to take them into consideration. One of the tasks which I've mentioned before is Trade Representative Office in Kazakhstan can also help you to find the counter agents. But first of all, you need to find the target customer, your advantages, and also to prepare the right application and the right supply for our country. Of course, we have a lot of ideas, so you can contact us. You can find our contacts on the Ministry of Industry and Trade of the Republic. We're open for the dialogue. Thank you very much. I also must add that here we have the trade representative of Russian Federation in Kazakhstan. Of course, this trade office is an essential tool for interaction. Within the framework of my activity, I have already visited several countries, but we also had the opportunity to meet the trade representatives. So I highly, strongly recommend you to direct them personally or maybe on behalf of our regional Ministry of Industry. I could say that, yes, it works. These are the words I wanted to add. Thank you very much. So to sum up, I want to notify that all the issues can be solved, all the questions can have answer if we'll cooperate. I'd like you to thank everyone who took part in this session. Nowadays, Russia-Kazakhstan ties are very strong, and our joint and mutual goals is to make them even stronger. Can I also take some final records, because yesterday we have already discussed the title, The Day After Tomorrow. Dear friends, you cannot wish the future, but you can plan the future. I'd like you to make the perspective plans and also reach your goals. Thank you. Let's move forward.